along for the ride right here on Good Morning Grenada. It is 26 minutes on to 7 o'clock right here. Missy Chrissy in your company, as well as Gary, Mr. Smooth. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning to you, Missy.
What's up?
I'm good, man. Another day. Giving thanks for life. You know it is. The ability to be here this morning in full health and strength. What else can you ask for? Many people aren't that lucky. So, how are you doing? I haven't said all of that.
I'm good. I'm ready for the day, up and ready to move. Grateful to be here. Grateful for another opportunity to do it all over again with you all. And we're so happy you're tuning in and choosing to listen to us or watch us as you're getting ready to start your day or even end your day, because I know there are some security officers, for instance, who may just be coming back home from working all night. So a special good morning to you all for locking it in. We have a good show lined up for you this morning. Of course, we're going to start off with some updates, your thoughts of the day and that sort of thing, give you the news, and then get into some juicy conversations all the way until 8 this morning. So many reasons for you to keep it locked right here. And of course, we're on Classic 105.5 FM. We're on Hot FM as well. And we are on GBN TV and social media. Now, we have that update for you. And I have a feeling, Gary, they heard our conversation yesterday.
Yeah, my very same thought. Yeah. So, hallelujah. Finally.
Big up to the Ministry of Health and whoever is preparing these updates for us. We have an updated list in terms of COVID-19 in Grenada. The new confirmed cases 54, and that's as of yesterday's date. That's how recent it is. And 54 new confirmed cases, 8 hospitalizations related to COVID-19, 4 moderately ill, 2 severely ill, 2 critically ill, and 205 tests were done yesterday. 0 new deaths and 13 new recoveries. Active cases stand at 193. And that is your COVID-19 update from the Ministry of Health.
Yeah, we look forward to the day when this list will be so insignificant, so not important that we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to look towards or look forward to an update. So, looking forward to that day. But I don't think that day has come as yet. So we're going to keep hitting you up with the updates, and we're going to keep looking for it until that day comes. All right. But until that time, it's relevant, I would like to think. All right. We're moving on in the morning time. We've got, of course, your thought of the day. This one is a little bit lengthy, so pay attention, guys. Check this out. I choose. It's kind of like an affirmation too, eh? I choose to live by choice, not chance. To be motivated, not manipulated. To be useful, not used. To make changes, not excuses. To excel, not compete. To choose self-esteem, not self-pity. To choose to listen to my inner voice, not the random opinions of others. All right? Let that be kind of like your affirmation for the day, your thought for the day, however you want to take it. Good morning, Grenada.
Indeed. And your word for the day is recidivism. Recidivism. It's spelled RECIDIVISM. Recidivism. Recidivism is relapse into criminal behavior, more broadly, a tendency to relapse into a previous condition or mode of behavior. The county's new program has been very successful in reducing recidivism rates, and that is using recidivism in a sentence. All right, so it is a relapse into criminal behavior, or more broadly, a tendency to relapse into a previous condition or mode of behavior. All right. And sometimes you hear that word when the police, when they're giving their updates. Sometimes that word tends to slide in there. Yeah. So pay attention to that one and see how you can use recidivism in your vocabulary from henceforth.
Yeah, man. recidivism. Moving on any morning time. Hey, big up to those under the Facebook Live. We've got a few people already tuned in. We always like to keep our Facebook viewers in tune and connected. So we're going to be looking at your comments and endeavoring to take as many comments as we can during the course of the morning. So don't forget to share the live. Hit that share button, family. And always hit us up with a comment. All right, so good morning to the regulars already inside and on the Facebook Live. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, we're also on YouTube as well, so you can hit us up via that medium. Hey, did you know, all right, although it might be a little strange, the word for an individual piece of spaghetti is spaghetto?
What?
Yep, spaghetto. And the same goes for a single piece of confetti. It is confetto. As well as a single piece of graffiti. It is graffetto. And that's according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. So don't come at me. Go at Merriam. Okay? Just for your information this morning. Did you know any of that, Missy?
Did not.
Yeah.
Had no clue, but it seems like it makes sense in terms of plural and singular. There's a trend there. So, very interesting. So, if you're begging for a piece of spaghetto.
Exactly. You can't say, I want a piece of
spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
But you know some people that say spaghetti.
Yeah. Can I get a piece of spaghetto, please? Thank you, and please.
Spaghetto. Yeah. But then what is a single piece of graffiti? Because graffiti is graffiti. So is it that graffiti then is... So if I'm spelling the word Gary and I'm spraying it onto, say, the wall, then the entire Gary is the graffito? Or the J is graffito? I can't hear you, Gary. For some reason, you are muted.
I suppose if you are speaking of a collection of art from different places.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a graffiti or graffetto in Grenville, in that particular area, and there is one in St. George's. There's one in Grenville. If you want to itemize them or single them out,
it's
I guess you can say graffetto. Graffito, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm guessing in that context.
Yeah. I'm poking fun. So it's graffito. There we go. We just learned something.
Yeah,
so if you're picking up confetti after the Soca Monarch and it's one single piece of it, you have picked up a confetto. And tossed it into the bin. All right.
That's right.
That was a good one this morning. All right. So we're moving along into your riddle for the day.
No winners today. No, there's nothing to give away this morning, audio. So calm down.
Okay.
Calm down. There's nothing to give away this morning, but we would love to get your participation nonetheless.
Okay. So the riddle for the day: when John was 6 years old, he hammered a nail into his favorite tree to mark his height. 10 years later, at age 16, John returned to see how much higher the nail was. If the tree grew by 5 centimeters each year, how much higher would the nail be? All right, so if the tree grew by 5 centimeters each year, how much higher would the nail be? All right, that is your riddle for today.
You guys can chime in on that as you so please. Let's get your feedback, and you all know the number. All right.
Indeed.
Nice one, then. Let me see. You think you could figure that one out?
Yeah, for sure. Easily.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Easily. Hello. Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're live. Where are you calling us from?
Ejibli Street.
Okay.
I heard the riddle and I was wondering if the nail should be where it was, or it planted. It's a tree that grew. I'm not sure if I'm correct.
You think so?
Well, yeah, I mean, I say that is the only logical thing. I mean, I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, tell you what, since we haven't got any prize to give away, we're going to hold your response, your answer for no. And let's hear what other people may have to say, all right?
Okay, no problem. All right.
Thank you so much for calling. And we're going to head into the news at this point in time and dive into the riddle a little bit later on. You could definitely keep yourselves close to the phone lines, 435-2041, and we are going to talk about that on the flip side. Stay tuned. Morning edition of the news up next.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Now, for electrical safety. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
The exciting, dramatic, humorous, and mind-captivating Lions All Mass is back in 2022. The Lions Club of St. George's and Spice Mass Corporation brings you an evening of comedy, fun, laughter, and pick-on at the Grenada Youth Center on Sunday, July 17th from 3 p.m. Tickets are available from any member of the St. George's Lions Club, Spice Mass Office, Grenadian Optical, Clear Vision, and Gittins Pharmacy. Grand Dance. Admission adults, $25. Children 12 and under, pay $12. Come relieve your stress through laughter and be prepared to be entertained by local calypso and soca artists. This is an evening you don't want to miss. The Lions and Spice Mass Corporation All Mass, Sunday, July 17th, Grenada Youth Center, 3 p.m. See you there.
Hello again from the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Top story, the deal is done, but curiosity remains about what the future holds for the Grenada Electricity Services Limited under new government. Cherian Blackman-Stephen looks at the latest discussions surrounding Grenlec.
There were many discussions and debates over the repurchase of Grenlec shares by the new National Party government in 2020 at a cost of $63 million paid to majority shareholders WRB Enterprises. With the new government at the helm, there is an interest by opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell as he looks on to see how Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell's government will proceed with the country's lone electricity company. With the two Mitchells set to face off for the first time in Parliament, a statement from former opposition leader Tobias Clement in November 2021 during the 2022 budget debate comes to mind.
Mr. Speaker, God forbid, as election turns on a dime, just perhaps, Grenlec might end up back in the hands of WRB.
In an exclusive interview with local journalist Calistro Farrier, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell was quizzed on his plans when it comes to Grenlec. He claims that the former majority holder of Grenlec was handled in a rather hostile manner and that the buyback of Grenlec was not in the interest of Grenadians and was an ill-thought-out approach.
If you look carefully at what has happened, to a large extent from 2013 to when the government bought back the majority shares, there was no real capital reinvestment in Grenlec. Because essentially the owners of the company, the majority owners, recognize they're at war almost with the government, or at least there's a cold war going on. And so they are not going to fatten the calf that you want to take from them.
Prime Minister Mitchell says there's no question that the board of directors at Grenlec will be changed and that a thorough analysis on what will be done with Grenlec will be conducted.
I certainly would say my inclination is I'm not satisfied, even with an NDC administration, that the government should be the majority shareholder. What we need to look at is find a strategic partner or strategic shareholder in conjunction with the Grenadian shareholders. You want a partner who clearly is already in the energy business and who's also has a strong renewables footprint. And I think that could happen in 6 to 12 months.
Opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell, who received his instruments of appointment on Monday, says it's strange how such a serious issue unfolded so soon after the general elections.
Such a serious issue that was not even mentioned in the campaign or put in the manifesto. That is a rather strange one indeed.
Dr. Mitchell warns about conflict of interest and lays down his belief of divesting Grenlec shares to the Grenadian people.
I've made the point that government has not been good at running things, business stuff. So I'm not against a philosophy of divestment, but you have to be very careful when you're dealing with a national security asset.
Cherry and Blackman, Stephen, GBN News.
14 ministries under the National Democratic Congress-led government, and many believe that candidate for the St. Andrew Northeast constituency, Tessa Sincere, would have most likely been placed within the Ministry of Health. However, last Thursday's swearing-in ceremony was one that left many with speculations. Rena Perry-Thomas reports.
Failing to win her seat against the new National Party's Kate Lewis-Peters by just over 100 votes, it was noticed that appointments were distributed by the name Tessa Sincere was not among them. Mrs. Sincere became a strong champion for health-related matters in the Senate, and as such, it was believed that she would be ideal to make necessary changes needed to improve the health sector. GBN sought a response from Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell on what seems to be the biggest question on social media lately. Why was Tessa Sincere not given a position in government like her colleagues?
Well, we agreed not to have a ministerial portfolio or a senatorship for at this time. Yeah. All right.
There are many speculations about why Sincere is not one of the members of cabinet, some with the belief that it all boils down to salary. GBN did request an interview with Mrs. Sincere to get a response to the question being asked, and an interview was promised by the St. Andrew Northeast NDC caretaker, but it never materialized. GBN was given several excuses as to why an interview could not be accommodated. For GBN News, I am Rena Perry-Thomas reporting.
Other news, new leadership will govern the affairs of the new National Party most likely by the end of the year. That's according to opposition leader and political leader Dr. Keith Mitchell. He said his tenure as leader of the party would not go beyond the party's convention.
I made it clear. The position, I first said a while ago, the new leadership of the NNP will be chosen at the next convention. But I made the point, no one will push the party to rush unnecessary and create confusion. It must be done orderly and, of course, to the best interests of the party. I will be there to offer my advice and support, but I will not attempt to dictate or impose anyone on the leadership of the NNP, because in the final analysis, the people will decide whether that party will go forward successfully or not.
Dr. Mitchell points to what he believes can be viewed as his legacy.
I think it's well known the successes of the NNP, which I assume that I will be tied to. We had failures, and that is understood. But I also make it very clear that as we go forward, my legacy would also be correlated with the leadership, the new leadership of the new National Party. In other words, if the process is transparent and open, and someone emerges to have the capacity to take the country forward, I will get some credit. That's part of my legacy.
He added that he has started documenting aspects of his life.
Last year, around the middle of last year, I was writing already my memoirs, working with a well-known author, and I've been on the Zoom regularly, also talking from when I was 5-year-old, as I remember, right up to the point of the office of Prime Minister. So I am already documenting the things I believe is necessary.
President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, says there was no surprise from the statements made by opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell on government's intention to pay teachers their docked salaries. Rena Perry-Thomas has this report.
You know, if you don't work, then I don't know how I can agree to pay you. But that's the philosophy of the Prime Minister. It's different from me. So he will have to deal with that, the consequences of that. So I'm not going to impute any other motives on his part. As I said, the honeymoon is on. Give them the chance to settle down. But my position on that is well known, and I will not change it because I'm in opposition.
That was opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell, who remains unfazed by government's intent to repay teachers' docked salary, as he stands rigid with his then government's decision made. Dr. Keith Mitchell was Prime Minister at the time when government docked the salaries of teachers who were involved in a protest action prompted by the GUT over a 2% gratuity payment offer. A letter from government was issued on the 13th of November 2018 to all prominent secretaries and head of department, informing them of the deduction. Union leaders had threatened dire consequences if the government had proceeded with its threat to dock workers' pay. The deduction comes a day after both public sector unions and the government negotiating team renewed talks on the issues of gratuity, which by all intentions was reported to be cordial. A joint release calling off the strike and signaling the resumption of negotiations made no mention of cutting workers' November salary. President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, via a phone interview with GBN, says that he is not surprised with the response from former Prime Minister Keith Mitchell, but is happy that the newly elected PM Dickon Mitchell had a different point of view on the matter.
Dr. Mitchell's statement did not surprise me in any way. This is a position that he has stated publicly before. So the opposition leader, his position, he has stated his position, he has borne the fruit of his position, and we as unions just look forward to having a more fruitful relationship on behalf of our constituents and the workers that we represent. So everyone has a right to their position, but as far as the Grenada Public Workers Union is concerned, we are in total congruence with the move by Honorable Deacon Mitchell.
Grimes says that the union is happy with the move made by Grenada's new Prime Minister and looks forward to developing a more fruitful and respected working relationship with the new government.
But I would just like to take the opportunity to congratulate our new Prime Minister, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, on such a move, because common sense dictates that the premise for the docking of the salaries, the premise was not clothed, in my view, in good intent, because the courts have proven that the workers had a right to march because the government was illegally withholding their constitutional pension, right? So in the spirit, an incoming Prime Minister who is very strategic, is very intelligent, and is looking to mend a very acrimonious relationship between government and trade unions, I think that this is an excellent gesture on his part in order to smooth out the relations going forward and have a fruitful working relationship.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
They are the few, the strong, the elite. Grenada, get ready as our sporting gladiators go for gold and glory at the World Championships. Follow every throw, stride and jump from July 15th to the 24th. Capture the action daily on GBN television. It's the World Championships. The dream continues.
James is going to win it.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
I'm a cool kid, you're a cool kid, we are cool kids, are you a cool kid?
Try all the Fruit of Cool Kids flavors, it's a whole box of fun.
Welcome back. Minister for Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Philip Telesford, divulged part of his government's plans to add to Grenada's housing stock. Christina John has more.
Minister for Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Philip Telesford, says financing must first be secured for his government's housing project. Regarding the Chinese low-income houses already constructed, Telesford adds that they will have to treat with those in an equitable manner.
But in respect of our policies as to where we go with that, we have said that we want to do at least 500 houses, Grenadian-style houses, that our people are accustomed to, not necessarily apartments as what is currently, to be given out. So we have to look at that, identify the place where that can be done, look at designs and all of that, and start the process.
Getting an appreciation of what's before him, building partnership with managers is the approach Telesford says he intends to take. Monday was his first official day at his new office.
What we did, we met with all the managers for the respective units, and so we looked at everything. Of course, these are high-level meetings, so we did not drill down into the details. I've been looking at some of the reports. When I returned to office this afternoon, I started looking at these reports again and being able to drill a little further down into seeing what is there. But presently, what I'm doing now is really speed reading, so I'm kind of getting a general sense as to how the offices function, what they are engaged in, and when I'm complete with a high-level reading, then I will have a one-on-one with some of the leaders in the various departments.
Already, work has been cut out for some within various departments as a means of charting the way forward.
We've already mandated those in the planning section to start looking at the budget. So all of the managers now will be starting to pull the various pieces together, of course, in tandem with our manifesto, because we want to ensure that our campaign promises and our policy agenda is well embraced within the new budget framework that is going to be undertaken within the short period of time. So,
following the receipt of his appointment as minister for that ministry, Telesford told the media that special emphasis will be placed on the elderly and differently abled individuals, and that he will not attempt to disrupt the present programs, which must first be assessed.
In my view, things have to continue as they are for now, because we want to ensure that people are protected, first and foremost. So we will not interrupt the process unnecessarily. What we want to do is to ensure ensure that there is a smooth flow of information and of knowledge and of the program, whether it's finances or whatever has to happen. We want to ensure that that process continues while we examine what is there. Yeah, and then incremental change can be made so as to prevent any discomfort.
The Social and Community Development Minister will be assisted in this ministry by Senator Gloria Thomas. She believes the Prime Minister's selection is an appropriate one, citing her acquaintance in that field.
With that selection, I think I'm aptly placed to continue because I understand the issues. I understand the issues at the community level, and I think with my guidance as I'm the minister, there will assist in improving the program and ensuring that we lift the whole social services that we offer for our people.
Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Sign up today for Fit for Life Kids Summer Program from July the 11th to August 5th, 2022. Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Grenada Trade Center, Monroe, St. George. Educational and fun activities for the kids ages 4 to 14 under the theme focusing on our health and the environment for a better Grenada. Your children will enjoy activities like dancing, treasure hunt, taekwondo, fitness, coastal, a day with doctors and agronomists, introduction to renewable energy and food security, healthy cooking, academics, and so much more for just $275 EC. Early bird and siblings discount. There will be the option for early drop-off and aftercare. It's Fit for Life's Kids Summer Program, July the 11th to August 5th, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Grenada Trade Center. Call 409-3488 or 405-9357 for more information.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Grill Master invites you to its new dining experience. Middle Eastern grill food, appetizers, salads, and Grenada's finest local cuisines. Join us for local breakfast, lunch, or dinner. At Grill Master, dine and feel the aroma of Middle Eastern spices blended with fresh local herbs and spices. Taste and feel the Caribbean mixed with Damascus and Beirut cooking styles. All Middle Eastern menu items available for free delivery. That's right, free for Middle Eastern menu orders over $50. Delivery available throughout St. George's every day, including Sunday and public holidays between 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Book your table or place your free delivery order at 439-3737, 439-7733. WhatsApp number 423-3737. Caribbean Middle Eastern cuisine, so tasty. Grill Master, second to none.
No, that's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
prices this morning.
All right, we have a caller on the line. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, please. We see the nail will be the same place. It won't be higher.
It won't be higher? Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Well, y'all just blurting out your answers, but there's no premise, there's no reasoning to it.
I know. I want some, yeah. You know, like when you was in school and you had to give the answer, but then explain the answer.
Exactly, explain.
Give us a little something, you understand?
Yeah.
435-2041. We're going to take about 2 calls just to hear what your answers are as it relates to this riddle this morning. Right? If the tree grew by 5 centimeters each year, how much higher would the nail be?
Yeah, man. Think about it. You know, I'm proud to say that when I first stumbled over the riddle, I figured the answer without seeing the question, the answer. Yeah, if I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. Right?
Yeah, I'm eager to hear what that answer is. I have my guesses as well. Let's see. You can also slide in the WhatsApp and send a text there. 435-2041 is the number. All right.
Hey, good morning to Peter Mitchell. What's going on, man? I haven't seen you under the live for quite a while. So great to see you back, Mr. Mitchell. You've been missing in action. We send a SOS for you, but yeah, glad to see you, man. Back to the phone lines.
Good morning.
Good morning, yes. The tree will grow higher.
It's what?
The nail, it will be higher because the tree is growing.
But how much higher would it be?
That I didn't figure out.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna figure it out.
So if the tree grew by 5 centimeters each year, he's 10 years older now, how much higher would the nail be?
10.
10?
Yeah.
10 centimeters? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. I guess we're gonna play with this one a little bit. Maybe we could take one more.
Yes, one more.
Yeah, let's take one more.
1 + 1 is 2. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
Where are you calling us from?
Manjulu, Petersville, Manjulu.
Petersville, Manjulu. I didn't even know there was another place in Manjulu called Petersville. Okay. So tell us.
I'm calling concerning the puzzle or the riddle, whatever it is.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Hi.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes? Hi.
Please listen to us on the phone and not on...
I'm listening to you on the phone.
Yes, but it seems like you're responding to something else that's echoing. So turn down wherever you're listening to us.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right. So we're here. We're trying to solve this riddle. We have our lady from Manjulu, Petersville, who thinks she has the correct answer. Are you there? All right. So we're waiting for her to run and
I thought I heard her phone.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
So what's the answer?
Well, the nail will not grow, but the tree will continue to grow.
Okay. But the question is, how much higher would the nail be?
It will not be higher.
Okay.
It will be the same thing.
And what's your justification for that answer?
What?
What's your justification for saying the nail would not be higher?
Well, I know because the nail cannot grow.
Okay.
The nail is metal. It will not grow, but the tree will grow. Mm-hmm. The tree will grow to a certain height, but the nail will remain the same height as how it went in.
Got you. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, my dear. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See, that one piece of rationale, that reasoning, I'm not quite getting it, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you have to solve it for us now, Gary.
Yeah. If the tree is growing and the nail is not getting necessarily any higher, then why it is that? I wasn't trying to hear over because the tree grew.
Yeah, but Gary, you had to tell us the answer now.
Hold on, I get into it.
We got things to do. You understand? Have mango to eat and thing. You sticking. We waiting for the answer since before 7.
You understand? So anyhow, so what I was saying is that there must be a reason behind it, and the answer I was looking for is yes, as most of you all said, the nail would be in the same position, it would be in the same height. The reason being because when a tree grows, it grows from the roots. You understand?
What?
It grows from the roots. The tree don't grow from the trunk or from the stem or wherever else. You understand? It grows from the roots. I like.
I'm not with you on this one. I'm not with you. What's
you thought the answer was?
It's asking how much higher would the nail be?
The nail ain't gonna be any higher.
Why? Because you're saying it's staying in the same place and not exactly. Right. But to suggest higher means a comparison with height.
That is just placed there to confuse and to throw you off.
But it's still there.
Yes, but that's why it's a riddle, because it's placed there.
But if John is coming to see how much higher the nail is, then height is a comparison from ground up. It's not a comparison from anything else. Like, it's higher.
All right, you all need to help me out here.
I don't know. We have maybe this caller can help us out. Good morning.
Good morning. So you said that he is how old now?
He is 16.
16, and he was 5 when he placed the nail in his
He was
tree.
6 years.
6 years. So then it's 10 years difference. So if he placed then and he keep growing 5 centimeters. 8 years, so that'll be like 50 centimeters.
Yes.
Different, yeah.
That's where I was, but Gary is telling us that that's not the answer, which ain't making no sense.
But if you place it, then the nail itself will not move, but the tree would move. So in that case, it will cause the nail to move.
Precisely, and that's why both of us got a 1 in mathematics. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Am I sensing shade here?
It's not shade, it's logic.
Yeah, it's just simple. You don't overthink it.
Thank you so much. Where are you calling from? Tell us your name so people know that you are the brightest person in Grenada today.
Oh, I call from Sussex. My name is Prudence.
Prudence, thank you,
Yeah.
Prudence.
Okay.
Thanks for the backup, Prudence.
No problem.
All right.
Y'all killing me here, man.
Because what I'm saying is, if this problem comes on a math exam, that's what it is. It asks how much higher. You see, if the question was, has the nail moved or that sort of thing, how much has the nail moved by, then the answer could be the nail has not moved. It's asking how much higher. Higher is based on height.
Oh, no. I confused the answer. The answer is the tree. I return to the source of the riddle here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right. And the answer is that the nail would be at the same height since trees grow from their tops. What am I saying when I said the tree grow from the roots?
Oh, now we're making a little sense.
My own answer until now.
Okay, because the tree grows from the top.
Yes.
Interesting.
So the nail would be at the same height.
We're with you now.
Yeah.
Prudence and I are with you now.
Yeah. That was a senior moment there for me.
Okay.
So the tree grows. A tree would grow from its tops. Correct.
Okay. We just learned something today. Thank you for clarifying.
I had to, because I was beginning to look like a failure at math, which in fact I was, but no one needs to know that. I'm just saying.
Oh boy. Okay, that was a really good one. That played with our brains this morning, for sure. For sure.
We can now move on.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We have a scheduled break, but let me know what we're going to come back with.
When we come back, let's talk about the minister with responsibility with education was interviewed yesterday and was asked to clear up the whole free education thing, and he has done that to some extent. So we're going to get into that, and you guys let me know if you are in the clear as far as that is concerned, because yesterday went down in record. I was bashed, I was told all sorts, I was thrown into fiery furnace of hell because I asked the question. You remember that, Missy?
I don't recall, actually.
You don't recall yesterday I was thrown into the fiery furnace of hell?
I don't recall. Okay. No, but we'll be right back right here on Good Morning Grenada.
Gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
Are you busy during the week and have no time to go to the credit union to access your loans? Do you wish there were more days available to you? We can help. Our Loan Saturday is back by popular demand this and every Saturday at the GUT Credit Union Grandance Branch, Excel Plaza. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing that you have access to your credit union even on a weekend. So come on in and take advantage of our services every Saturday. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Tired of changing your baby's clothes? We have the perfect solution. Sleepy Denim Diapers, giving you that fashionable denim look throughout the day with the same soft touch. Look cool, look hip, rock in style with Sleepy Jeans.
Distributed by Sleepy Diapers Grenada Limited, Loafers Lane, St. George, and available at shops and supermarkets island-wide.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Vaccine safety is always a top priority. Like other vaccines, the COVID-19 vaccines being developed have been through the same trial phases and rigorous process required for all vaccines. Global efforts on the development of the vaccines are built on existing research from previous coronaviruses like MERS and SARS-1. As COVID-19 vaccines are approved for their broad use in the population, be reassured that they will continue to be monitored to identify any adverse events. Your safety is our top priority. Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. 22 minutes after 7. I tell you, the messages come in fast and furious. We have a little correction for Gary this morning from a teacher. They say, tell Gary, trees don't grow from the top, they grow from meristems. But they actually grow from meristems.
Say what?
Mary stems.
Hold on. She said trees don't grow from the top.
It's something called Mary stems.
Oh,
so we're getting a little scientific.
Oh, okay. I thought
so
that,
we yeah. So the point is, if you want to find out how trees go Google it and follow up, because we have to shift gears. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Trees are fed through the roots. We know that, and they grow upwards. So hence the reason why we would assume or we would suggest.
Right. So the Mary stems are located in the branch tips.
There you go. It grows from the top.
Right. Yeah. Well, yes. If you want to be simple with it.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
Not being all
and the roots also expand through the soil by growing at their tips. So you have movement in both directions. But essentially what you're saying is that where the nail is in the tree would not move because the other parts are where the tree is expanding. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Somebody was just, trying to be extra technical. They are a science teacher, so I have to big up to them. Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Mary what?
Mary stems.
Mary stems.
Yeah. And we know we have children listening, so nothing wrong with being extra technical sometimes. But we had fun with that one. You played with my brain there. My brain cells, I feel like they're on and working and ready for the day.
That's what it's all about. Big up to Peter Mitchell once again. He's talking about we have the wrong Peter. Peter, we know we didn't have the wrong. You've been missing on since the 24th of June. You've been missing, but we are happy to have you back. All right.
Alrighty. So you said we're talking about education this morning.
Yes, indeed.
So let us know what's the deal.
Yeah, let's go with that clip in terms of, clearing up the air as far as what is exactly free education. Like I said, the minister responsible for that was asked the question, and we're going to go to the clip, hear his explanation of what free education really means.
Applied as indicated by the Prime Minister. However, there are going to be some meetings to iron out kinks because we are aware that in some schools some fees have been aggregated. So some schools include fees for ties and for some parts of the uniform in some of the registration fees. So a discussion needs to be had to make sure we disaggregate those and we can speak to them separately. But in a general sense, we are projecting towards what was declared, and we just wanted to make sure that we give notice to all of our persons or stakeholders in education. So that has been dealt with by way of a circular through the Office of the Chief. If there's a charge for a tie, that's a charge that we obviously accept, that we are prepared to have persons pay, and we know that there are some nuances with security fees and some of special arrangements that some schools make. Making adjustments would require some additional changes on the part of ministry policy positions. So we're going to have those discussions, and when we speak with all of our stakeholders, principals association and schools, we'd be able to more appropriately guide, and as a ministry and as a government, take the actions that will support that commitment as well.
All right, so there you have it. A little explanation as to the free education confusion many people had, and I guess I'm getting from the minister there are some expenses that cannot be avoided, but at the same token they are doing all that they can to minimize the any sort of cost that would be incurred on the part of the parents. Yesterday someone called me and said, but yeah, I wanted to find out the same thing, because even though free education is in the air as is being touted around, schools are up to now are asking for registration fee. So they wanted parents out there on a whole, and I'm a parent as well. We just wanted to clear the air, wanted to get a broader understanding as to what free education really means. You know what I mean? So the minister cleared that up, so I guess we can put that to rest. What do you think?
I don't know if it's really put to rest. I think it's put on pause because I think there's so much more to be said. I mean, we're still at the end of the Trinity term. It's not even finished yet. It's finishing at the end of this week, I believe. So I think that there's still some time, as the minister is saying, for us to have those details. I know parents are eager because, you have to start planning and budgeting and getting some sort of understanding. And perhaps it's just the timing of the elections as well. That's unfortunately putting that type of pressure now to iron out all those kinks in time. So we do have a caller, I'm sure, who probably wants to comment on this. Good morning. You are live.
Morning. How are you all today?
Good. How are you doing?
Right. I'm okay. But what I'm saying here now is when someone says something, they have to be able to, it goes out into the public and it have a lot of meaning. The person that said there'll be free education, this is the person that has to come and explain what it is. Because when just free education, that's how it's like a wave. It's gone right out to everyone. So you have to come and say, if it's just, you don't have to pay the entrance fee. So even this minister come and say that he's trying to explain, but the leader, that's why they said leadership. Anytime something comes from a leader, whether it's in a workplace, whether it's in a group or whatever, it goes out like the leader said that. So he is a person to come and explain it, because for me, free education in Grenada at this time for the government, that alone will bring down the government, because it's a high cost. The money to pay, they cannot do it. Simple me on the ground. They cannot do free education in Grenada anymore. No way they could do anything free in Grenada, because everything is not 5 cents and 10 cents anymore. And anything you do, it costing you something. So you're either passing it on to someone, but that is impossible. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your contribution.
Thank you.
Peter Mitchell is saying free is free. All right.
Free is free.
Someone also commented saying that he was a product of free education during the revolution. So free education is indeed possible. He said he is the man he is today because of free education back in that time.
Good morning. You're live.
Good morning. I think this thing needs to be put in context. The Prime Minister mentioned why he spoke about free education in the point that some lady addressed him about having to pay such and such to get her child registered. And it's based on that, he said, if a child has to go to a school and the parents not able to pay these fees, should the child be kept from the school? So in my mind, the free education is about these expenses. Not free of everything. You have to buy your books, you have to do your this and that. But I'm thinking about the fees to get into the school. In my mind, this is what he was talking about, the free education. So saying everything free. There is nothing free in the world. But you want the children to get in the school freely. This is what I thought. Now, not only that, I think there are a lot of wastage from the previous government. For example, some people doing a road contract and they are given a 10-day contract and they are working for 4 days and they're getting a 10-day pay. Are you seeing what I'm saying? So there are a lot of wastage, and this is called maybe bubble or some other way. If we cut down on this wastage, we have enough money to put into the education system for the benefit of all. I might feel happy I could work for 4 days and get 10 days pay. I'm cheating the government. But let us put that money into something for everybody benefit. Let the children of the nation get a benefit instead of I put it in my pocket. So I think it could work. It could work. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. You know, I like to be scientific, right?
Right.
So what I'm going to do is actually quote a a bullet point in the NDC's manifesto under transforming in education. And the first bullet point is the NDC-led government will guarantee free universal education up to community college with a strong focus on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's the first bullet point on there. And you can see that on their website, ndcgrenada.org, and you could go into the manifesto section. So, yes, just to make sure that we have a proper reference there as well. We have another caller on the line. Good morning, you're live.
Hi, good morning, sister. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right. I didn't really understand about this free education. But we have to be careful with Grenadians when we say free education. I remember NDC had this book program, they say free book program, and they add at $25, which I find it was reasonable because you pay $25 and you get in 4 or 5 books. Sometimes in cases you get all the books. And I like to tell you, it didn't go down good with Grenadians at all because they say free. But I still need a little more on this free education.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Let's see here. Pocket Bell says the price of tie in a particular school moved from $25 to $50. I find that's crazy. All right. Y'all keep your Facebook comments coming. And the person referring to the caller before the last, exactly. What he said is the fees is free, not the education. All right? The fees, not the education. That's according to Annette on the Facebook Live. Feel free to hit the phone line if you got another call there, Missy.
Yes. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, Missy. The free education is that what I simply want to say is that is a halfway free. They can't give you everything free because remember when you come home, you have to pay electricity bill to do your homework. And to me, that seems like a riddle. That's what happened this morning. So then we'll talk about the riddle tomorrow. Back to you in St. George.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Annette is also saying that we bought all our books and uniform. The revolution removed the $50 school fees. So Annette is clearing up that free education during the time of the revolution.
Yeah, I think, it definitely needs to be clearly defined. Let's see what this caller has to say. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Let's look at a similar situation. Remember there was a time when it was said that we would have free barrels. While the barrel charges was free, in a sense you had to pay different tariffs like tax and so on, stamp duties. So free in the sense you're not paying for the total cost of the barrel, but you have to pay certain taxes to be able to clear the barrel. So it's similar like that statement with the free education. You have certain little tariffs you might have to pay, but you're not really paying for the school fee per se.
Thank you.
Another person is saying, the Prime Minister never said free education. People stop those rumors. He made mention of entrance fee to secondary school.
All right. Another caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It seems as though I was right yesterday when I explained that you have to put the thing in context, and then it will take time before the thing is synced in the system, because we have a tendency to think that things that happen like that. Okay, but we in the question of free, most time you get advertisements saying free this, free that, or even they might say get free consultation, free this, and I mean, but the point I want to make, I'm forgetting it now, but the thing about it is that in everything there is administrative costs. And that was the issue during the first effort of the NDC from 2008 when they introduced the free school books. Everything have a administrative cost. So, and I think people have to be reasonable.
Thank you.
And we are not always reasonable as people. And then we have to expand our understanding. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Thanks a lot, Carl.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, I work in marketing, and trust and believe, when we use the word free, it is interesting.
It is under certain conditions.
It's under, there's always fine print with free drinks, but you have paid for your drinks in advance.
Ernesto says you have to buy your uniform, books, tie, or crest, but the school fee will be removed. Right.
Yeah, it has to be. I think it really has to be clearly defined as to what that means. And from working, my mother was a school principal, and from observing, there's so many costs that schools bear.
I know about those
that
principals.
Ministry should be bearing. Like, just from observing, like, why is it that the school's bearing this cost and not the ministry? And school has to, raise funds for certain things. I think it's not just what parents are paying for their children. I think it has to be looked at holistically, right, in terms of all the costs associated with education and so forth. Let's see what this caller has to say, and then we'll close off the topic. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. How is everything?
Good.
Now, free education is not wrong in any case, But I would like to know what the government revenue and the sources of pay the debt when they mount up. That the whole problem has to look up for in any case. When you go on the left-hand side, where you coming from the right to pay all the debts you owe in this time. That is look for in this time, Not, you go talk free, everything, you go talk open, you go talk cheap, But let me find and let me know where the money come out to pay civil servant when they month up and pay debts from overseas and everything. That is what problem will be in a while,
Thank you.
That will be the big problem.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, caller.
Thanks a lot. I want to know how much the education system is in control by government. Schools should not have the power to control the education. All right, if government is in full control, Grenada have too many private schools for such a small country. Thanks a lot, Alison.
That's interesting. Too many.
Yeah. Too many. Yeah.
Okay.
So says Alison. Okay. So we're moving on. We're going to put this topic to rest for now. Once again, top of the morning to you. It's Good Morning Grenada. We're live right here. My name is Gary Roberts. And, of course, we are joined by Missy Chrissy. Y'all make sure you look out for Sailor Mass. It's going to be a massive class, so make sure you be a part of it, all right? So we're moving on. What else are we going to talk about? We want to say congratulations, by the way, before I forget and before time lapse on us. We want to say congratulations to our bodybuilders. I'm not sure if you've been following that, Missy, but Andrew Hyacinth and Linton Jones placed in second and third respectively at the recently concluded IFBB Pro Elite Bodybuilding competition that was held in St. Martin. All right, so congratulations once again, guys. Doing their thing. I'm not sure if we're going to get a slide of that.
The picture's up on the screen for those of you watching. But yes, congratulations. Always doing their thing. Listen, Jones has been going to so many competitions in the last few years, even during the pandemic. So hats off to him for really keeping up the good work. Bodybuilding is a lot of work.
A test of discipline and hard work, determination. That's bodybuilding. I used to be that muscular one time,
Really? When I see the photos, I'll believe it.
I used to be.
Yeah, but
I decided for other reasons to drop that muscle and keep a more slender build. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah. Because sometimes that's probably more functional based on what you need to do in life, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the reason why I dropped the muscles, and just keep it lean and mean. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent. Yeah. All right. When we come back, more conversation right here on Good Morning Grenada. Keep it locked.
my granddaughter.
They are the few, the strong, the elite. Grenada, get ready as our sporting gladiators go for gold and glory at the World Championships. Follow every throw, stride and jump from July 15th to the 24th. Capture the action daily on GBN television. It's the World Championships. The dream continues.
James is going to win it.
Following the COVID-19 vaccination, some people may experience side effects such as soreness at the injection site, chills, nausea, body aches, or a fever. But these symptoms go away after a few days. These side effects are a result of your immune system responding to the vaccine and are not a sign that you are sick with COVID-19. The COVID-19 vaccines will not give you COVID. When you receive your vaccine, the health worker will advise you what to take if you are experiencing any of these side effects. Remember, these mild side effects cannot compare to you not being able to share memorable moments with your family and friends if you fall gravely ill from COVID. Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
Feel good facts. Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer for all users. Be safe, be seen, be smart. A message from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Sunrise, house and land, and we sharp like a knife. Green in abundance, real love around me, yeah. You want to know where we coming from? Say you want come look for me, yeah. If you're willing to have some fun, I could keep you company. Move that way, come girl, blunder right by me. Squeeze that tight, make it trip down the neighbor. Oh, yes, you kindly. Miss Jolie, know your mango sweet, so Jolie, know your mango sweet. Tell me how it right and sweet, so Jolie, know your mango sweet. It's been a while, yeah. Oh, yeah. Since we built a vibe, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, yo, so let me build it.
Welcome back. It's Good Morning Grenada. You see me showing off with my mango there.
Show off. Show off. I had 2 already for the morning.
Oh, good for you. I'm waiting.
I have at least 3 Julie mango trees at my disposal.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Well, I will be heading your side then.
Yeah, you know those Julie mango trees, they are not all over the place like Caledini and They are usually in someone's front yard, backyard, side yard, heavily guarded.
Heavily guarded, I love it.
You know what I'm saying? But I have access to 3 right about now, so I'm enjoying myself. I like it myself.
Excellent. 13 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We are here on K105, Hot 98, and GBN TV. Big up to all of you on social media as well. Now, Gary, what are we going to end off with this morning?
Yeah, let's say congratulations also, well, best of wishes, I should say, to our local heroes. They would be, I'm speaking about Kirani James and Anderson Peters. They will be competing in the upcoming World Games and Commonwealth Games. Now, the World Games will run off from July 7th to the 17th. And the Commonwealth Games run off from the 28th of July to the 8th of August 2022. So Kirani James would be doing his thing, you know. I suppose he'll be coming up against some of the bigger names out there, you know, so we wish him all the best. And Anderson Peters will continue doing his thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And in a league of his own right about now, Anderson Peters. So all the best of luck, man.
Indeed, indeed. The Jaguar is out. Does Anderson have a nickname?
No, he does not have one yet.
Okay.
Maybe we can make up one.
I ain't gonna take that responsibility. But names would emerge, I'm sure, because he really is his showmanship these days on point, you know, a stellar athlete. So all the best to Kirani and Anderson as you go out there and represent us from tomorrow. The 7th is tomorrow, Thursday. So I know that so many people are praying and putting that good energy towards our athletes as they represent Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique on the world stage.
I have a name for Anderson, but I want to be politically correct, so I can't say it on the people radio, but I have a name for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me move on. Preliminaries. All right, we're getting ready for preliminaries, which starts tomorrow. That's the Soca Monarch prelims. All right. So the list is pretty lengthy, so Master Control can probably scroll this up so you know you can have a little peek at it. Understand? So the prelims kick off from Thursday the 7th, that's tomorrow, and Friday the 8th, all right? And it's going to be, I think it's going to be in Las Ages.
Indeed, yes, it will be in Las Ages. Now, if I am just to browse some of these names, because I'm seeing some past winners of Soca Monarch here, at least on that will be competing tomorrow in the preliminaries. There's Tara the Governor. I'm also seeing Sheldon Douglas as well as Squeezehead. So those are some of they already have some crowns under their belt, and they are going to be in competition tomorrow. And I see some finalists here as well. I'm seeing some newcomers, some people who have been pushing music for quite some time but have not necessarily been successful in the finals. So let's see how it goes tomorrow.
Names there I've never come across before too.
Right. So. Yeah, there are some new names, but you know there are some names. Every year they're there. They're in the prelims. They're pushing out music again, emails, but not necessarily tipping the scale. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year, especially as so many artists are saying that they will not be in competition this year.
Yeah, and on that topic, you know, the discussion surrounding music for 2022, especially from a DJing or from a radio broadcasting standpoint, because we are just a few weeks away from Carnival, and DJs and announcers, we are hard pressed to have a full-fledged soca local music segment, because we found out that the releases are very slow in coming, all right, as compared to previous years.
Right.
One person posted on Facebook saying, you know, when we were in the middle of Corona, virus, we had a wash of new releases in 2021, 2020. Now comes Carnival, the whole place open up. Where are the new releases? Where are the soca artists releasing tunes? We won't see that huge amount of new songs coming out for 2022.
I mean, I can't say I've been seeing music come out, but I'm not a DJ, so the mass amount of music that might be needed, I'm not sure. I really can't speak to it. But what I can say is, again, like I alluded to earlier, the timing of elections really put a spoke in the wheel of Carnival and music related to Carnival, because I know a lot of artists specifically did not release music because of the energy. The energy in Grenada was highly focused on elections, and they really said, okay, after elections I'll release, So I know that, for instance, last week Friday there was a lot of music that came out, and we're going to see. We have still a month until Carnival, and I know a lot of people tend to leave some of the juicier ones for closer to the time, especially if they plan on competing with that music.
Win again.
So yeah, man, we waiting for music. All year. I want music too, because I use music in my dance fitness classes, and for me, I don't just use any song. I need specifically structured songs. So that's something. We have a caller trying to get in. Let me take that call. Good morning, you're live.
Yeah, Mr. Food, I think that could teach us a lesson that we have to be holistic when we planning anything. And certainly the election have affected a whole set of things, including the preparation for our readiness for disaster. I mean, normally, although I'm not necessarily satisfied how it is done, but just approaching June, normally NADMA would be doing some little work around that time to have some exercise, stimulation. And we didn't have that this year.
Okay.
So we have to be more mindful when we're doing things, how it affects other aspects of things that are important. And Carnival is a very important thing, regardless of what some people may think. I remember years ago when the NNP came to power in 95, the then Minister of Environment, Honorable Mark Isaac at the time, called some of us and said, I want to have a major cleanup campaign. And when you would have it? On semi-final, the Calypso semi-final, that used to be held in Simone, and all we tried to persuade them that's not a good time. And I think that when the semi-final started to take a low dip, I'm absolutely wrong. You have to know when you do things and so that you affect one area. Mm-hmm. It's like when we try to have these kind of shows, whether the Red Rat show, and it affects the whole momentum of Carnival. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Valuable contribution there. Makes a lot of sense.
I guess we all can agree, as Missy alluded to, she said earlier on, the election have definitely taken the emphasis.
Yeah. Someone is saying Man of Steel is for Anderson Peters. So apparently he may have that name already.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's see what this caller has to say. Good morning. All right.
Yeah. A lot of soca artists can definitely, relate to this indeed, because that's why right after the election, remember I said we need to report. I felt the need for a relaunch. You know what I mean? Like right after election.
Right. You were saying a refresh.
The impact kind of felt like it was lost as a result of the election. You know what I mean? And Carnival is a thing that thrives on momentum. You know what I mean? There's a gradual momentum to that kind of August 8th and 9th. And that momentum kind of was lost.
Definitely.
So here we all know, wondering if Carnival really is in the air, but it is, and we're going to try our best as radio personnel to keep that vibe going. You know what I mean?
Indeed. Good morning. You are live on Good Morning Grenada.
Yes, good morning. I want to speak a little and see that I heard in the news about this soca monarch this year. I don't know if I listen correctly. I mean, they wanted the fee to rise by $1 million. I just want to ask, who they expect to pay this $1 million now. We've been locked down for 2 years. These people and them, your mother, your sister, your father, everybody support this Calypsonian and them in this country. I never hear them pull, all of them come together and pull our resources and say, let me give the people who support us all these years of food basket. They never do it. Today you hear they asking for $1 million and we back again. This is unsafe.
Thank you for calling.
$1 million. I haven't heard about that.
I haven't heard that either.
Can't comment on that, unfortunately.
Yeah. I know that there has been a rallying cry for the fees for Soca Monarch to be increased, just based on the cost associated with getting prepared for the competition, and also to urge and lure some of the bigger acts, bigger name acts, if you want to call it that way. Let's see what this caller has to say. Good morning. All right, somebody's playing. I hope not. Hope that's just an error.
Saying, I don't recall seeing Worst Ways on that list. Is Worst Ways on that list? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, the list I have in front of me is just Thursday. I haven't looked at Friday's list.
Yeah, I'm looking at
So
Friday
if you have Friday's list.
As we speak. Yeah, Looney Spark Electrify, blah, 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 blah. At least on the Friday list, I'm not seeing
Worst
Ways.
There you go.
Well, they're probably not taking part.
I guess not, because they would have to be on the preliminary list at first. The only person who would not be on the list is the reigning champion.
Yeah.
And that would be Boise. So we're not sure if Boise's taking part or not. He has the right to decide later on. He could just decide he's in or out. He has a few weeks to make that decision. So we are not sure. So there you have it.
Ernesto says that we want music, but we have to address the drugs problem our local artists taking. What are you talking about, Ernesto?
Wow, Ernesto just took us to a whole different conversation. And perhaps a cause for concern. Maybe he knows something that we don't know.
I don't know, but I don't want to go down that road of making those kind of allegations, you know.
We don't like to assume here, you know. Last caller. Good morning. You have just a few seconds before we wrap.
Okay, morning, Missy. How are you?
Good. How are you? Tell us quickly.
I'm not really into soca music, but when the carnival come around, I like to, sit back and listen to the lyrical content of the music. And I realize at least over 60% of the guys, what they sing about woman bump and rum and wine, I don't understand, like they have nothing else to sing about. I find it must be more creativity. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
All right, so he's saying we basically need a little diversity in the lyrical content, all right?
Yeah, a little bit more substance. Yeah.
Substance over hype. Y'all, guess what? It's about that time. We had a good time with you this morning talking about so many different topics, education, carnival, and of course giving you the news and updates, and even, playing with tickling the brain, scintillating the senses,
Getting the brain percolating here in the morning time. That's
percolating. It's time for the percolator.
Yes.
All right.
We gotta wrap it up though. We gotta run out of here. You guys can catch me over on Hot 98 because that's what I'll be there blazing the hits. I'm gonna try to find as many new songs as possible and play them. And you guys just strictly soca though, so you guys can link me up over there. But you can stay with Missy if you so choose to. Okay.
Have a good one. Thank you so much, Gary, Mr. Smooth, Missy Chrissy. I'm here. Have a great day. Good morning, Grenada.